It's been well over a year since Ethan Page signed with WWE and NXT. Since then, he's already become NXT champion and now is the NXT North American champion as well. Some people might consider his tactics to be a bit unorthodox, but he is definitely one of the best wrestlers that WWE has to offer right now. Obviously, we all know that Ethan Page had created his own wrestling promotion a very long time ago and became tag team champions with the current WWE champion Cody Rhodes, who we found out just today that he and his wife Brandy have welcomed their second child to their family. So big congrats to both Cody and Brandy on their second child. Props to them, man. Props to them. But we do have to move on. Ethan Page has truly become one of the best heels that NXT has had in quite some time. In fact, when it comes to NXT, one of the greatest heels of all time is none other than Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole became NXT champion and held the title for 404 days, which dates back to NXT TakeOver 25 in 2019, and it ended at the Great American Bash in July during the pandemic. The weird thing about Ethan Page is that this version of Ethan Page, as crazy as it sounds, is the best version we've had ever since he arrived in NXT. Literally taking the North American title and changing it from the maroon leather to the Canadian flag, and now he's aligned himself with another Canadian in the form of Chelsea Green, and of course aligning themselves with Piper Niven and Alba Fire, known as the Secret Harvest. And apparently with this tandem, with this team that brought a lot of success at NXT Heatwave a little over a week ago, some people say that Ethan Page could be making his way to SmackDown sooner than people may believe. Now, the weird thing is that the last time someone from NXT took one of their titles over to the main roster as a full-time talent, it was actually none other than Kevin Owens. In fact, Kevin Owens became NXT champion and took it over to the main roster, and in his first match on the main roster, pinned John Cena. That right there says a lot. Think about that, guys. That says a lot about how good Kevin Owens really is in the ring. Ethan Page might be on that exact same level. It was actually reported by several news outlets, including I believe WrestleVotes. Actually, WrestleVotes, big shout outs to them. No copyrights, as always. They actually reported saying quote, hearing several within WWE would like to see the current pairing of Chelsea Green and NXT North American champion Ethan Page appear on SmackDown in the near future, as their chemistry on NXT has impressed many. Additionally, some believe this newly minted Canadian faction would quickly establish Page as a key player. The weird thing is that as of right now, the official WWE roster page still has Chelsea Green as part of SmackDown, and of course Ethan Page still as part of NXT. We saw this past Sunday at at Heatwave, we saw both Chelsea and Paige defeat the team of Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele, both who are former U.S. Olympians. In fact, Tyra May Steele is actually the first female Olympic gold medalist in WWE, which is huge, a huge ordeal for WWE. Unbeknownst to them, unfortunately, the fans did not like Tyra May Steele, nor did they like Tavion Heights. So I think it's proof that I think that right there is the proof that the fans are on the side of Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. I feel like because imagine how much success they could have if they were baby faces, right? The idea of Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, and the Secret Herberts being baby faces seems like it wouldn't be that much of a bad idea, but the only issue is the idea of excuse me, is the idea of what would happen if they remained heels. The weird thing is that if they did remain heel, the weird thing is that it wouldn't. How can I explain it? If they stayed heel, then the faction itself, the group itself, would turn stale a little bit. And what I mean by that is that the idea could potentially backfire at a future time. And if you guys don't believe me, Becky Lynch is a good example. Becky Lynch attempted to turn heel at SummerSlam in 2018, but unfortunately it completely backfired because the fans wanted Becky to be the woman to take WWE into the next decade. And indeed, she has done that. She became the only woman in WWE to hold both the Raw and SmackDown women's titles. She won the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. She's a two-time tag team champion. She's a former six-time world champion. Now she's the women's intercontinental champion. And think about this. We're already halfway into the 2020s, right? We're already halfway into the 20s, and Becky Lynch has already become one of the biggest stars in WWE because of that failed attempted heel run. Now we have Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. It's very possible that they could remain heel, but it's also a possibility that they could also turn babyface as well. Which, again, the amount of success that they could have as babyfaces is outstanding. We could see Ethan Page become a two-time NXT champion. We could see Chelsea Green become WWE Women's Champion. We could see the Secret Herberts become the Women's Tag Team Champions. The combinations with Chelsea and the Secret Herberts are pretty much out there. We could see Chelsea and Piper and Alba and Chelsea. The possibilities are so out there. So many different combinations of which championships that they could go after as babyfaces could be very, very interesting, to say the very least. But as of right now, there hasn't been any more updates on the idea of Ethan Page moving over SmackDown full time. But I think the biggest downside to it is that if this does happen, then fans are afraid that all four of them might end up getting lost in the shuffle, and they might and WWE might not know what to do with the group, so they'll probably have no alternative but to potentially potentially release them of their contracts, which is possible. To be fair, it wouldn't be the first time that's happened to someone, especially Chelsea Green. She's no stranger to getting released from WWE, but even at that time, she was perfectly fine. She had no problems getting released from WWE, and she ended up doing bigger and better things. She went back to TNA with her husband Matt Cardona. Her and Deonna Purrazzo became TNA Knockouts tag team champions. She did a lot. She did a lot in TNA post run with WWE. This version of Chelsea Green, absolutely incredible. I honestly fucking love it. This version of Chelsea Green is absolutely crazy. I love it. And I do love the idea of her turning babyface, because there are so many opportunities for her as a babyface. It's absolutely out there. But I will close out the video by saying this. Ethan Page has already done everything that he wanted to do in NXT. He said that he wanted to become NXT champion. Check. He said that he wanted to win the NXT North American Championship. Check. All is left for him to do now is to hang on to that title for at least 2, 3, maybe 4 more title defenses, and then on the fifth title defense, he drops the title, then goes over to SmackDown and does his own thing there. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it really going to happen? Only time will tell. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. As always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.